Listen, right, get over this, talk to y'all for a minute. You know, since it's just us, but each got some shit he needs to get off his chest real quick. True story, real talk, real quick, 1 minute, but not really. Listen, first and off, how in all the are my bitches doing? All two of y'all, what's good? How y'all feeling? Listen, right? So, y'all know first and foremost, okay? Look at me trying to be on tip about some ish or whatever. Nah, but y'all know, one, y'all my therapeutic space, okay? Yeah, it's my therapeutic space. I come to here to vent, get some ish up off my chest, and that's what the I'm doing today, okay? That's first off. Secondly, if y'all notice, this issue is not on snap of the chat. Why? Because they play too damn much, okay? I've tried to upload this ish on there like 18,000. My fault, I had kale in my teeth. Don't judge me, I think yeah. Oh shit. Judge me not, bitch. Yeah, she tilted back, whatever. But no, I thought I had kale in my teeth. True story, because bitch just had some kale. And now I'm paranoid thinking it's still there. But anyway, yeah, Snap of the Chat would not upload my ish in order. So I tried a whole bunch of different ways, but it kept like everything was just all over the place. Just true story. So what I'm doing is I am putting this up on my YouTube. Now, apparently nobody realized that I got a YouTube. I do. I do. Okay. But here's the thing. I got more followers on my Twitter than YouTube, and I got more ish up on my YouTube than I do on my Twitter. Don't make any damn sense to me. But anyway, if y'all could go to my YouTube and hit subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it, for real. You can find me on YouTube by my actual name. So I changed my name on a lot, if not all, of my social media accounts, because this is actually my name. It's Ansara Jones, ANSARA_JONES. That's where you'll find me, but that's my actual name on my birth certificate, social, all of that is. You can ask my aunt, and that's my name. ANSARA_Jones. I'm going to post it in here in a quick second. But in the meantime, bitches, I'm coming to y'all today to get some ish up off my chest, right? All of here. Just whoosh. Let it free like a bird, okay? So, here's the thing. Yesterday, so literally, I've been trying to upload this ish since yesterday, or even the day before yesterday. Yeah, day before yesterday. Because, bitch, I was at the barber's the other day, and, my fault, I'm trying to adjust this, like, little, seat thingamajig or whatever. But anyway, so I was at the barber's the other day, right? And me and my barber, well, he's not technically my barber, but whatever. I go to him occasionally. He's like my second barber, we'll say that. But yeah, anyway, we got to talking about finances because he told me, it was literally exactly how I started. He told me, a BMW commercial came on TV, and he was like, yo, homie, you should go get one of those. I'm like, skirt, excuse me. Why you counting my coin? That's first off. And secondly, the ironic thing is, literally earlier that day, I was looking at BMWs because I'm planning on giving one of my cars to my niece, and when I give her, once she get her, because she played too much, but once she get her stuff together, I plan on giving her one of my cars, and then I was going to get another car because I still need at least two because I got my brats. That's the only reason why I have two in the first place, because they just fit in my regular car. Just don't happen. Everybody be cramped in that bitch. But anyway, so it was ironic because he was like, yo, you should get one of those. And I was like, first off, in my head, I was like, stop counting my coin. That's first off. And secondly, then I said out loud, I was like, oh, well, that's crazy, because I was literally just looking at looking into getting a BMW just like 2.567 seconds ago, like legit. And then it sprung into the conversation of finances and all of that other ish, and it sprung into a long conversation. Basically, he even paused and stopped cutting my hair. Literally, it took what is it, all even, I think it's called. It took an hour and some change to do an all even because he kept stopping and talking, and we got into depth about finances and all of that ish. So that's beside the point. However, it brought up because y'all know stuff be all over my mind, like left and right. That's why I've been taking my stories 18,000 years and some change, but it brought up the time that finances really like clicked in my mind. Like, oh, that these finances is some real shit, it's some real shit, not just to pay bills. You can do some shit with some finances, So so it got me to thinking or whatever about when that actually snapped into my mind. And it was some years ago. I'm pretty sure I was either in my late 20s. Well, for sure I was in my late 20s, or like literally had just turned 30. It was somewhere around there. But it was basically, and this is where it gets, because when he asked me a certain question, and I was literally about to divulge some information to him about my little, what a bitch be doing on the side or whatever. And yeah, what a bitch be doing on the side. And then I had to catch myself. But however, it sprung up this memory about when some people will call it fisting. I call it ducking. But when I was ducking somebody in the back of my Jeep, when I had this, this obviously I was either in my late 20s or early 30s, because I had a few different Jeeps, but I remember this one specifically because it was my silver one. But however, it brought up this specific memory because that's when it clicked in my head. So, bitches, y'all all know, and if you don't, you about to find out, bitches, that bitch, do some things or whatever, right? And people drop a bag for them things, or drop a coin or two for them things. This nigga dropped a double bag though. Now, here's the thing. So this bitch, hold on, cause I ain't get it all the way in there, and I do that because it's them saliva glands, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I had to make sure it wasn't coming out. So anyway, so this happened back like several years ago, like I was saying, and this nigga, we had messed around before. He was somebody that would come to me on an occasional, often. I shouldn't even say occasional. It was on an often basis. Okay, we'll say that he was pretty regular. Okay, like a shit. No, I'm just joking. But no, he was pretty. He would come to me pretty often. How and ever. First off, real quick, y'all already know, and if you don't, you're about to find out that usually the people that I deal with in that space are usually spoused up or whatever, and that goes for him too. Now, judge me not, but it's just okay, because that's their relationship. I don't got nothing to do with it. More often than not, usually not at all, actually. I don't know that bitch. No shade. No, I shouldn't even call them a bitch. I don't even know them. I don't know them. I don't got nothing to do with them. They ain't none of my business. This is this nigga and me, and it's a business transaction. It's something completely different than what y'all gonna find on shit, Bachelor and Bachelorette TV shows. Okay, this is nothing like that. Okay, the only thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna make that nigga Roseblood. Okay, I'm just joking. Not really though. But so this particular night, apparently, this nigga must have had some. Well, not must have had. From what he said, he did have some type of basically altercation, or that's it. True story. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that shit. He had some altercation. That is me sugarcoating it by saying altercation. No, it was some altercation that he had with his spouse or whatever. And sometimes I'm not even going to get into it. But basically, he had an altercation with his wife this particular day. And I don't agree with putting hands on females, but that was his now. And but it's, I'm giving too much information. But he had an altercation with his wife. I don't agree with it. However, that wasn't my business. However, this nigga decided he wanted to divulge that information to me for some reason or another. I don't know why they act like I'm like the Airpucia space, but I'm not, baby. I'm just there, like I said, for this business transaction. And long story short, because I know I'm keeping you on my fault, but anyway, back to the story. So this particular night, he was telling me he wants to try something new or whatever. And by the way, he sounded on the phone, you could tell something was a little off. Okay. Something was a little off. Okay. And then I was like, okay. And then second thing, it was like where he wanted to meet. Now, before we would usually meet at his place. True story. Like on certain days, at certain times, we meet at his spot. No, not this particular night. He wanted to meet, and we did meet at a cemetery. Judge it, but it's not. Okay. Whatever. I knew I could take him, so I wasn't really worried. But however, it was just like a cemetery, bitch. But whatever. The spot that he picked in the cemetery too, it was like real desolate. It was dark as fuck out there. Secondly, and it was just like, okay, fine. Try something if you want to. Get fucked up, little nipper. But anyway, so we ended up meeting in the cemetery or whatever. And two, when I pulled up to his car, this nigga, he had all the lights off and his car was just running. So like when I say all the lights off, there were no lights on in the car or out like the headlights or whatever. Nothing. I'm like, this bitch, shit, you fortunate I found you. You're fortunate your car is light so I can see you. Cause nigga, you about to get, nope. Turn right back around. I know you lied, but I did, and it was whatever. So I parked kind of right next to him or whatever. And he ended up getting in my car, and instantly I could tell this bitch was on that Coquiana. I was like, Bobby, Whitney, Bobby, you there? Hey, Bobby. Baby, he was on that Bobby and Whitney. True story. Okay, I shouldn't say that for certain because I didn't see it, but however, I done seen people own it, and he was acting like them people own it. I'm going to say that for sure. So, long story short, he ended up sitting there getting all hype, like he was acting real hyper and everything. He was telling me about all the issues that he was going through with his wife, and I was like, nigga, shut the fuck up. In my mind, I ain't say this out loud, but in my mind, just like, shut the fuck up. Let's hurry up and do this. And then he was like, well, now I just want to try something new. So I was like, okay, let's try something new. First off, he already know what to do. He put that ish in my cup holder or whatever, or not the cup holder, but the little lift thing or whatever, where the cup holder usually is. I'll be getting too much. Stay focused, Adam. But anyway, he put the ish in my cup holder, or in a little lift thing, little armrest lift thing. That's what I'm trying to say. And then he started kissing on me and touching. Kissing on me, like August Alsina say, but he got kissing on me or whatever, and then he was like, basically he want me to, I'm gonna call it ducking, okay, because this is how it went. So, baby, when I tell you, this nigga, while he was kissing on me, he pulls out this like ketchup bottle looking thing. It was clear, and it was like some creamy ass looking liquid, like not creamy, but like a little bit translucent creamy. And it was just like, that's the only way I can describe it. Translucent, but like creamy. That's the best way I could describe it. And it was in a ketchup bottle, not a Heinz ketchup bottle, but like something that you see at like a diner or whatever. But Avis, I ain't gonna bother to tell you, he take off, not just down, off his drawers. Okay, off the drawers, the pants that he didn't even have on drawers. He just took down his pants and it was nothing. And right there, we put my back seat down. We got in the back seat. Well, put the back seat down so it's just like the trunk and where the back seat would normally be, but it's laying flat. But hey, he was still kissing on me or whatever. And then he faced forward, like facing out the window, and like leaned on the kind of like leaned on, but slightly leaning over or whatever. I can't really describe it. you just have to see it, but leaned on but slightly over the passenger seat or whatever, and he was just like wiggling his ass or whatever, and I have to. So, but it should be, gotta fulfill a fantasy. So I'm like, but I gotta do this. I squeezed that shit all over my hand, well, in my hand, and then like on the back of my hand and got the rubbing it in or whatever. This is exactly how I started. Get to playing with it. Swirling it around. Then you get the second finger, swirling it around. Now pause. Only experience that I had with this. Only. Ever. Besides, of course, seeing it on porns and things like that and snippets and things, was when this one nigga I was talking to tried to do it to me. Baby, he only got 2 fingers. I was like, nope. Stop it right now. Just because you don't think your dick is big enough to handle all this ass, don't mean you about to fist this ass. Stop it. Okay, he got a little bit more than 2 fingers deep, but that's beside the point. He ain't get the whole fist in, I'm gonna tell you that. So this is the only experience that I've ever had with this type of bug. So, baby, I'm just going off of what my past experience was, slight past experience was, what I've been seeing on pornos, and go with the flow, like legit. Babies. By the time I got that 4th finger in, this motherfucker was open. Okay? It was open. Like this, I don't know what this shit was, that little greasy, creamy-ish, but baby, she slid right on in. Them 4 fingers just once. As a matter of fact, after I got the 2 in and I was like going around with it or whatever, it was starting to get open. And it started to just like suck me in too. Baby, I got the 3rd, 4th, they went in like it was nothing. Like it was absolutely nothing. And then the whole duck came in and I got to like trying to open it and going in there, and then I started poking at it, and he's like, oh yes, and I was like, I can't tell y'all all what I was like, because y'all, my fault. Miss Camrisha had a whole attitude and decided she wanted to stop right in the middle of it. Not actually in the middle of it, at the tail end of it. But babies, my fault. Completely my fault. Next time I'm going square up with this. Next time I'm using my whole phone. Okay? Fuck it. I'm just joking. But anyway, back to the story. Tail end, promise. So basically, y'all, I get to ducking him or whatever, and he like, oh yeah, deeper, and he is going like he is all about it, and you could like hear like he's the way he sound like is just like you could tell this nigga was on something. And in the middle of it, he gonna take a popper too. Them little thingamajigs, them little just got to sniffing, and every time he would sniff, he'd be like deeper. Baby, by the time it was like, I shouldn't even say by the time, it was like within, I give it like a good 5-10 minutes or whatever. This nigga whole ass was in like up to here, I would say on my arm, like up to here, and me just ducking him. So all it is, the whole, can y'all see it? Y'all see it? Is she close? But it was like at least up to here. And I'm just ducking this nigga. And he like, yes, oh, deeper. I'm like, nigga, like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, just hold your shit, nigga, hold your shit. But this is, now I done done some freaky shit, okay? Y'all already know. But baby, this is just like the way he was doing it. It was like the way he was like talking or whatever, like his noises and his actions. I was just like, but you and Kokisha, girl, y'all need to calm down and you need to slow it up with them popishas, because I ain't here for it. Like his actions and the way he was talking, and he was sweating and turning all red and stuff. I'm like, nigga, pause. Calm your bitch ass down. I know you led. But anyway, I had to do what I had to do because he had already dropped the bag off in my little thingamajig or whatever. So I got to finish it. So I get to ducking him or whatever, and he all into it. Then he turned around and lays like on his back, and he lifted like these niggas. Certain people, I ain't gonna say who. Little side note real quick, bitches. If your man becomes a complete gymnast in a bedroom and he is more flexible than you, boo boo. Unless you like him that way, baby. He is playing for my team, okay? Or bouncing on each side, like true story. I'm just saying, no shade. You might want to look into it. I'm not saying for certain, but you may want to look into it. That's all I'm saying. Cause this nigga became a complete gymnast. He done got on his back, picked his knees up in like this, like I wouldn't even call it a fetal position because he was on his back, but his knees were like on his chest and his legs in the air, like parallel to his back, to his I think them bitches called quads, them things in the back of the thighs, you know, and it was parallel to that. And he got to sitting up there just like this. He's like, go deeper. So I got to ducking him again, nigga, just getting in there, just going in. And he like, yes. And then he get to jerking off. All this time, too, this nigga is hard as fuck. All of this. No shade, because I do not dick shame in any way, shape, or form. I love them all. If I could see it, that's all that... I shouldn't say that because there's been some that I could see, but it's just like, I had to search through some pubic hairs. It made me nervous. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'll tell y'all that story later. Of course, they were of a different. Never mind. That's beside the point. But anyway, he was all this time. He was up. We just gone. If it's up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's up, bitch. When I tell you, and he was up. So he got the jerking off or whatever. He got the jerking off, you know, real good. He got the finger in it, like it was nobody business. While I'm ducking this nigga, and he just going, baby. I ain't even gonna bother to tell you. This bitch got all over my vehicle, okay, all over his shirt or his hoodie thingamajig, all over the back of my front seats or whatever. Just. Some of y'all done heard this story before and y'all done already known. But however, all two of y'all, but if you have ever seen the back of the passenger seating in my one Jeep, I call it Sylvia, you know what was up. Y'all done heard this story before. But however, this nigga all over the place for me ducking him, just ducking him or whatever. So, basically, all that to say, once he finished or whatever, got out the car, left or whatever, I pulled off. Now, don't think I pulled off with grease all over my hand. No, I always keep it. If you already know me, if you know me, then you already know it. If you don't, bitch, you are about to find out or whatever. So, if y'all know me, y'all already know that I keep rags, towels, paper towels, all of that ish always in either my trunk, the back seat, like the back seat in the little handle things or whatever. My fault, y'all. Long-winded motherfucker. Y'all already know. She just stopped on me again. Promise y'all this is the last part of the story. That was only supposed to be like 10 minutes. No, she cut off at 6. She said, fuck you. True story. But anyway, basically, what happened was, so y'all already know, I already keep the like towels and all of that ish, hand sanitizer, all of that in my vehicle, like I just do, just in case. And I ended up wiping it off. But however, BTW, surprisingly too, the nigga ain't even have a smell or whatever. Like I was expecting him to like have a smell to him or something. No, he ain't had no smell at all. Well, I shouldn't say no smell at all, but he smelled. It was like sweat and whatever this stuff was. It smelled like more of that like cream or whatever than it did like anything else. He smelled like no shade, because y'all know I love everybody, but he had a particular odor to him. Okay, we'll just say that. But it wasn't like an ass odor, like a bad ass, non-washed ass odor. It was regular, and I was surprised by that. But that's beside the point. So, no, and surprisingly, it was like, nope, no, nothing, no, nothing. She came out clean, clear, and under control, baby. But I ended up cleaning it off. But however, the grease stuff, cleaning it off with the towels. Left that towel in the back of my Jeep. Don't judge me or whatever. It ended up getting thrown out, but I had to throw it in the back of the Jeep. Anyway, and on my way home, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, but Itch, you didn't done some stuff. We'll just say that. Done some stuff. And of course, I always had to do stuff, and I still continue to do stuff to make sure I'm good to make sure, yeah, basically to make sure I'm good. However, at a certain point, I shouldn't say I'm good, because I'm always climbing I'm always constantly trying to climb this mountain called life or whatever. But however, my bills be paid. I don't have any debt except for my student loan. That's getting almost paid off. Almost done with that. So it's like, and of course, just my regular insurance. And I only have one car note. And at that time, I didn't even have a car note. So it clicked in my mind at this particular time, this whole ducking thing happened. I didn't really have anything that I had to pay. Like, there was nothing. And he dropped a coin. And I was like, well, what the, okay, I could just, shit. If all my bills caught up or whatever, and I'm good. What is it? And I know this nigga gonna bring me again, because he did not too long after. But that's a whole nother story. If I know this is going to happen, and I know I can keep getting this change or whatever on the side, what can I do to up myself? What can I do to better myself, basically, financially? What can I do with this change? And it just clicked in my mind, like, but they talk about investments for a reason. And baby, after that, it just like clicked in my mind, like, finances, bitch, this is a real thing. My dad has always taught